Hi everybody, please wait for a few minutes as we will be sharing and we'll be live as soon as possible. See you all soon. Again, please wait for a few minutes as we are going live now. I mean soon. Jesus. Please wait for a few more minutes. We will be live as soon as possible. We'll be going live as soon as possible. Meanwhile, please, while you're waiting, check out my books, Vamp Lost Soul, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. They are on Amazon for really cheap right now until the pandemic's over. I have reduced my prices until then. So while you do that, please feel free to check out my manga series. We will be live very soon. By the way, guys, just to let you know, we do try to keep this a PG-13 live stream, but due to... We grew. Thank you, Tango. Well, hi, by the way. But by the way, just keep this in mind. We do try to keep this a PG-13 live stream, but due to subjects we might joke or talk about, some parts might go 18+. So keep that in mind. We are not trying to target anyone. We're just trying to have a chat or a good time. So please keep that in mind. Now, without all that warnings out of the way and all of that fun stuff, let's enjoy the live stream. And I'll see you all on the other side after the theme song. This is Vamp Lost Soul theme song by Aaron McMet. Please check him out. Oh, sorry guys, let's play the theme song right at the end. Sorry about this, guys, just having some technical difficulties. Hi everybody, this is James Vandaloso. How are you all today? Really am sorry about this so far. I'm just gonna see what's going on with Twitch because for some reason Restream doesn't seem to pick up the chat, so just give me a few seconds just to sort this out and hopefully we'll get a pop-up, separate pop-up for the chat. So just give me a second to sort this out. Can I pop this out? Sorry, just gotta have a look at this at the moment because for some reason it doesn't seem to want to connect. What's going on here? Why is there's no bot for my... Okay, cool. We're just gonna have to pop out the chat on a separate link probably, and then chat settings, where we go. I'm just trying to... Okay, we're just going to have the stream up and pop back to Twitch every now and again just to make sure there's no one chatting on there. Seems like Restream seems to have a bit of a hissy fit at the moment. So we're going to close that, put that in the middle so we can see what we're doing there, and then put this up so I can see what's all going on at once. Anyways, guys, I apologise for delay. So today is review week, the very first. We're getting rid of Fusion week because, to be honest, I didn't feel happy doing it anymore and I was getting bored of Fusions. So we do review week. So what I do is on this, I think it's like week 2 now, I draw something that I'm going to review. So my character cosplaying, whether it's board game, computer game, manga, comic, indie comic, etc, etc, etc. So anything I've read, watched or played, I will review it. Patrons chose me to do the board game Exploding, or not board game, the card game Exploding Kittens. So... But also what I've said to people on this week as well, that I will do some studies. What would you like me to study? So people said draw more attractive faces. So that's what I'm going to be studying for about 30 to 45 minutes today. And then we'll move on to the actual draw itself. So anyways, how are you all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. If you enjoyed everything you're watching so far, feel free to obviously drop the likes, subscribe and all that fun stuff. If you want to support me, I am on Patreon. Oh, I'm finally connected to Twitch. I think I am. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I'm connected now. So I don't know what was going on, but it's now saying I'm connected. So I don't need to... Where are you? I could close this down now. Have the restream chat back up. Thank God, because that was... I don't know what was going on there. So we're going to close that. So, and then just put that back up. Now I'm happy that everything's now connected. So I don't know what I did, but I must have done something to reconnect it finally. Anyways, guys, feel free to share this around as well with friends and that. If you want to study with me, feel free to, obviously. Right, where is the music? I've lost the music box thing. Right, here we go. So first off, I think what we're going to do is we're going to study that face. For this, I think I'm going to study... We've got a lot of front angles here, so I think we might do it like a side angle profile. Or because we've got angled one here, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to make the pen smaller, and then just sort of... but yeah, so this is going to be the study. So these are all the attractive faces I'm going to study. Let's put this up right in front, just so I can actually... So yeah, we're going to do studies today. So this is one of the things I'm studying. And then after that, we'll do the actual live draw itself. So from now, we will go like 30, 45 minutes of studying. Then we will obviously move on to the live draw itself. Like that. So what we can do is obviously like the girl's face is higher. And the side, it's an actual proper sideways sort of look view. Because that's kind of... angled a little bit, isn't it? Anyways, oh, something popped up there. Didn't see that. Anywho, so we'll do that, and then yeah, so the chin sort of like more in the middle. See, this is one thing about studies. It does take me a little bit of time to study everything. So yeah, whoever drawn these arts, by the way, because I just took it off Google and just sort of said, oh, that'd be a good thing to study. Really nice art, guys. So if you know who they are, feel free to drop them a tag and just say, oh, he's using your stuff as study material. Feel free to have a watch. and see what they think. But anyways, so yeah, this is me sort of like studying first, and then see if we can make Kaz's faces prettier, because obviously the drawing is going to be Kaz like cosplay as a cat with maybe like a cosplay like grenade or something, and then holding a game of exploding kittens just to show what I'm reviewing. So there we go. Obviously we've got the line in the middle. Got to make sure like one's just nearly as wide as the other, and the eyes have got to be just as apart. And then we've got the mouth like sort of further up the chin like that, and then obviously we've got the neck like so, and then obviously that's not angled properly enough. There we go. And then just sort of, yep, and then just, and then do the shoulder like so, and then like I say, we're doing a study of it. We don't really want to go absolutely KO nuts about it. So anyways, so layer, new raster layer. So we're going to go for red next. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll do all the angles of the faces I want to do study wise, and then we'll develop it from there. So obviously we want to do the side view of that one. So we're going to do like 3 different heads. We're going to do 1 male, 1 female, obviously, and then and I think sketching in different sizes will give me a bit of a challenge as well, just to sort of give me a kick up the bum. There we go. So if we do that, and then obviously we move this head closer to that, because obviously we want room to obviously study another head. So selection, deselect. So like I say, this is more like we're going to study a little bit, do study draws first, and then move on to the actual draw itself. So it's not like a sort of prequel to the main event. So and then just sort of like that, and then obviously get the throat like so, or straighter like that. That's it. And then like so, and just sort of just get a shoulder there just so I know what's going on. And then obviously we're going to have a head looking straight ahead, and then we're going to pick one of these faces to draw that I think might be most attractive out of all of them, because all guys' faces. But yeah, so we'll do that, and then we're going to do like a smaller pen and actually properly sketch things out. So obviously we're going to go for a head that's looking straight ahead, because obviously we need to do them as well and study it as to the best of our abilities. So there we go. And then and just sort of and then just sort of, yeah, there we go. There we go. Yep, okay, I think we're good now. So right, now we go on to the first study. Layer, new layer. Go for a darker red. Go for a thinner pen. Right, first off, I think we should start with the eyes, because obviously it's see-through for the hair, so a little bit thicker actually. There we go. And just sort of, right, so it's actually down to like sort of, if we just do that, so halfway through the eyes, just so we can actually do this properly. And then obviously before we do the eyes, we've got to get the lining work right, because obviously if we can't do it right, then there's no point doing it all. So obviously for the eyes, it's obviously soft looking eyes, so we need to sort of like that, and then yep, and then just sort of, so if we get like our basic shapes for the parts right, and her nose is like sort of like that. Like I say, the whole point of me studying is so to improve my work, because people said they do want me to do some study draws, not just for my sake, but just so people do like to watch people study. So I thought, right, let's comply, because obviously the patrons, that's what they want to see. This is what you're going to get. So like I say, we're going to get the basic shape of things down before like so, just so we can get like the basics. And then you got the lip there, which is sort of like that. And then right, so according to this, the hair goes like that and then sort of covers that little bit of the face there to the cheek, and then just sort of like that, and then sort of right, so just sort of like I say, this is all just study, so just say to get the basic shapes down, and then just sort of like that, and then because it shows like most of her neck. Right, so one thing I've already discovered is that hair's not far back enough, because that is way too near her face. So we need to sort of, because her eyes are a lot more wider, isn't it? But the hair starts sort of like here towards the middle, like sort of near the middle, so it's like that, and then it sticks out like so, sort of like that, and then like that, and then we got yep, sort of like that going on. And obviously I think what we'll do is we'll just freestyle the rest of this, and then, or we could just do a whole like that, and then yep, and then just sort of get the basic shapes in, like I say, what we want. So obviously we've got this like nice little, it's like chin's quite pointed-ish, so just sort of smoothly, and then sort of like that, even though it's, hold on, it's more like that, and then it stops there. It's quite weird, this chin, actually. Need to get it aligned. So let's rub this out, and then just sort of like that. Yep, and then just sort of, yep, okay, and the eyes are quite sort of puppy-eyed, sort of quite big. But the other one's sort of like that, and then one's sort of, that's quite creepy looking eyes, but there we go. And just sort of, and then just sort of, I think I'm not understanding something here. What's going on? Why is that line right up like that? I actually don't understand it, because that doesn't look right to me. Oh, let's rub that out, because even though either way, yeah, that doesn't look right to me for some reason. This ain't good. Okay, right, just stop that for now, and let's figure out what's going on here, because to me that does not look right. Yeah, so it is cutting out about here. That means her chin's too wide. That's what I'm going wrong. And then just sort of, but that just doesn't look right to me, like that, and then you just see, that really does not look right to me, because to me even right. So if we go from the eye socket and go like that, even then, it still doesn't look. Something's not really sitting right with me. All right, let's forget about the eyes and that for now. Let's actually concentrate on the facial structure of this, because that's not right. For some reason, to me, that is very... Right. So... So like that. And then the chin curves ever so slightly outwards. That's probably why as well, because it's not curving outwards. Sort of like that. And then, yeah. And then the chin should stop there. And then her lips is sort of like that. And you got her nose sort of like that. And then her eyes, which are slightly apart, just like that. Because even if you do the whole... Yeah. And then you do the whole... To me, that's way out. Anyways. So, we do that. And then... Like so. And then just sort of... Like that. And then... Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better now. But that needs to go up a little bit more, according to my study. And then... And then just sort of... And then just sort of... Yep. Okay, cool. And then just sort of... And just sort of like that, and then yeah, and then the collar. Yep, and then just sort of like that. Oh no, it's quite close to her, so it's like that, and the collar's like wider, and then just sort of tie. Oh, sort of like that. Oh. Yeah, alright, cool. And then just get the pen and then just sort of... Yep, and then just sort of... Eyebrows are quite high actually, but they're not so high. So it'd be like that, and then just sort of... Yep, lips are a bit too long though, so we need to sort of shorten those lips. Sort of like that. And then just sort of, just study the lips a little bit and just sort of bit too high. Just do it according to the line and it makes things a little easier. And then yep, okay, cool. So I got that rough sketch I think done, just so, and then we can ink it quickly and then see what Joe thinks. And then just sort of get the pupil. Yep, and sort of like that. And then just sketch out those eyelashes like so. And then just sort of just get them a bit more sketched out, just so we can fill her up a bit. And then just sort of like that, just sketch it out. And then, yeah, like that. And then just sort of, there we go. And just sort of thin out those lines a bit. Like so. Nose can do a little bit more. Just a little bit more higher. So a bit more. Just trying to. So it goes up to like sort of where it is here, and then. Yep, there we go. And then as for the guy here, so we've got the eyes, which is more. Actually, if we do it like that, just so we can see what we're doing. Just so, like I say, this is more of a study than anything. Nope. I'm going by my own rules there. Come on. There we go. Just sort of. And just sort of like that. And then obviously where that point is where the nose comes outwards, sort of like that. And then bit too. Let's try that again. Oh, edit, undo. Just sort of. And then just sort of yeah, so we got it goes down like that, and then just sort of round it off here. And then just sort of up to the ear here. Just something like that, and just sort of just sort of and they just get like the hairstyle sort of roughed out. Sort of like that, and then yep, and then just sort of there we go, and then just sort of like that, and then so yeah, all right, bit too high. Let's rub that out and then just actually have a look at it properly. So there is like a sort of open V shape there, and then just sort of, and like I say, we're gonna layer it. Hi, Manga, etc. How are you doing today, mate? I'm doing a little study first, and then actually do the draw itself. So this is review week now to replace Fusion week. And what I do is now do a 30 to 45 minute study of Patron's choice, and then do the review drawing itself. Like, obviously, whatever I'm reviewing, I draw my character's cosplaying for that review. Or review / speed draw, I should say. It just sort of... Yep. And then just sort of like that, and then... Because obviously there is like a sort of lump point here where the hair meets. And then just sort of... Like that. So the study is more attractive faces. So I'm trying to... Alright, so as for the eyes there, it's more of a... Because that looks like more of a cocky look, really. Like that, and then obviously... Sort of like that. Review week has replaced what? Fusion week. Because, to be honest, I was getting a little tired of fusion, so... Because I just couldn't think up... My brain just couldn't think up much fusions, and... Also, I just got a little bit uncomfortable doing it for some reason, so... I wanted to do something different. Other than fusions. So, reviewing is what I do on this week now. Okay, so what face shall we do for our last study? Tell you what, we'll do that one. So, obviously, sort of like that. That head's tilted, so we'll try not to. We'll go for like a pretty boy face. Yep, and just sort of. Tell you what, because that face ain't straight, I'm gonna have to draw a straight line myself and just sort of straighten those lines out for myself a bit, and just sort of, yep, there we go. Yeah, I thought so. Bit too wonk, and then sort of like that. And then just sort of get those noses sort of just there, just under the nose, and then you got and it's separate there, just so we can see where the eyes would go. This one's a bit of a strange one. Yes, it is, because that is very. I can't even see that up close, so we're gonna have to improvise a little bit on those eyes. But I know they're like kind of like a very close together shape. So okay, cool. And then right, those nostrils are closer together. That is too separated. Alright, we'll do that, and then just sort of yep. Alright, cool. And then we got like a sort of like a bowl cut pretty much almost going on there, set for it's just a little offset there. So, and then obviously the hair is done in freeze. So I think we'll start with the tip and go past this eye here. Just sort of separate into categories of hair, and then just sort of and rub that out there, because then we can naturally judge the hair then. Okay, cool. So like that, and then obviously that bit goes like that, like thinly, and then that goes over like so, like that, and then so, and then let's see, we should be doing it like that, and then obviously we got like the hair like so, and then we got the horns. Oh, edit undo. Don't want to do that. I just wanted to sort of. Why am I not able to draw? Oh, I see. It's bounced me back all the way back down here. Yep, and the horns go down to sort of where the nostrils are. So we need to do that. And just to sort of. Like that, and then. Yep. And then just sort of the horns go behind the hair, sort of, and that side that needs to stick out a little bit more. So does this side, and then the other side just a bit more. It's because we need to bowl it a little bit. So sort of like that, and then see that back of the hair goes from behind, and then just sort of like that, and then obviously some goes behind the shoulders, and then sort of like that, and then same for the other side almost, but it's more completely behind him, sort of like that. All right, cool. And then obviously okay, I think we got our faces ready to go, and obviously I think we should get and just sort of okay, cool. I think we're ready. So, and just do it like that. Okay, cool. So we're going to save. And then now we're going to complete our study. So layer. What time is it now? Okay, layer, new raster layer. We're not even into 45 minutes yet, so which is good. Okay, so we're going to do it in their style, just so. Like, sort of their style, but yeah, and then just sort of. And then just sort of, there we go. And then just sort of, hold on, edit, undo. And then just sort of. And then. And then just sort of, oh, edit, undo. Don't like that. Edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. Alright, let's do the pupil first. And then just sort of, and then get the rubber just gently. There we go. And then there we go. And then we'll just study here as well. So like that, and then sort of... Yep, okay, cool. Because the rest of it's like sketch lines almost. And then... sort of like that, and then... hold on, edit, undo. And then just sort of... like that, and then just sort of... like that. And right, let's get those lips a bit more. Hold on. Just trying to... and then... and then just sort of... oh, sorry, edit, undo. Like that, and then... sort of like that, and then... sort of like that, and then... oh, edit, edit, undo. Hopefully Joe will be pleased with these studies. And then just sort of... and then just sort of... and then just sort of... edit, undo. And then take certain liberties like that. Yep. And there we go. And now hold on, edit, undo, just sort of, yep, and then just okay, cool. I think that study's somewhat complete. Just need to sort of... that line's way too thin for me. Okay. Now, study of this. So luckily we got this to go by. And just sort of... and then just sort of... yeah. And then... and... get the rubber, dull that down a bit, and then just do it like that, and then just sort of... yeah. Oh, edit, undo, edit, undo. Edit, undo. Hold on. There we go. And... like that, and then just sort of... like that, and then obviously we've got the hairs coming out there, just sort of... sort of like that, and then get the ear. Just sort of do study of the face basically. And then just got to do the whole. Yep, and then just sort of. And I just sort of let it. Yep. And then sort of like that. And then. Yeah, so we've got the hair pretty much figured out. And then there's a lot of obviously things going on like that for thicker bits of hair. Yep, okay, cool. And just sort of. Now for the eyebrows, we've got sort of like that, and then we sort of, yeah, like that, and then just got to angle it just right, so like that, and then sort of like that for the eyes. Hold on. Sort of like that, and then no, edit, undo. Come on, James, you could do better than that. Like that, and then just sort of. Like that, and then hold on, edit, undo. That was way too far. Just sort of edit, undo. Just sort of. And then just sort of where the Adam's apple, his Adam's apple's lower, so we could edit, undo. Just sort of. Hold on, let me just. There we go. And. So like that. This neck should be a little thicker, to be honest. Like that. Okay, so as for the eyes, not that accurate, so we need to sort of get on that line. And just sort of and then just sort of get those lines neatened up a bit, and then where they meet should be like there, sort of like that, and then at least I learned a new eye style today, if not anything. And then just sort of like that. And as for the lip, not very good, so we'll just keep it simple. Yep, and then as for this guy here, so we can just go like that, and then what's. Yep, and then so sort of there we go. And then let's see. So like that, and then hold on, edit, undo, edit, undo. So any news? Oh, what for the VTLS front? Yep, I've drawn up chapter 3, obviously by hand. I'm working on chapter 4 now, on that front of things. So a lot. Obviously, I'm not sure if I managed to do it right, but there might be a countdown deal for 99p for volume 1. Just for those who are affected with the corona. It's only for a few days, so if you want to do that, now is the time to do it. But I don't really want to officially announce until I know I've got it right, and I've got like a notification saying it's reduced for that period of time. So it should be today, hopefully, if it's out. But right, I'm gonna look at that side of the hair, and it's quite close together. So it's like that. On edit, undo, edit, undo. Just sort of, and then right, the horns. And yep, and then just sort of get those horns out. And then just sort of, so even though he's got like a sort of man's chin, it's a lot more smoothed out than the other guy. So he's like a bit more of a pretty boy, that one. And then just sort of, yep, and then up. Too bad Joe ain't here because I would like to see his opinion on this. Just sort of, since he's the one who voted for me to study this. And then just sort of, and then sort of like that, and then like that, and then just sort of, and then edit, undo. But yeah, other than that, there's no real news yet. Obviously my wife's not been well, so I've been more attentive to her than my books right now, but I will be like back on track soon as possible. Don't worry, nothing serious, well, we hope, but yep, there we go. And it's sort of, I think we're going to take some liberties and give him like sort of like double eyes. Learned a couple new eye shapes actually. I might have to keep this study. Quite pleased with this. It's actually made me learn a couple of things today. What do you know? And just a sort of, yep, and just sort of, might take a couple certain liberties out of it. Just sort of like that, just so it just makes it look a bit more. There we go. think Joe will be pleased with that. Done pretty well. That one I'm least pleased with. I think I need more practice on the port on the side view. Just so. Like that. And maybe make his eyelashes a little bit more bigger. Like so. Sort of like that. There we go. So now we've done our little studies. Yeah, that one just looks bloody weird. I can never get that style down, you know. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. That hair should be... Oh, no. Edit, undo. What I might do is just sort of... Edit, undo. Edit, undo. Just more... Just take a certain liberty with that as well. And see that improves things. Yeah, that cleans that up a bit. Because I can never get that straight line like side view. I could always do it from like a divot. But there we go. I think that's just more me having a problem with... Now I can see my problem. No, it should be like there. And then... There we go. A lot better. And that eye should not be so distant. I think that's also my other problem. So let's have a tidy up. Because I might as well teach myself to correct things when I spot the stuff like that. There we go. And so I say about there will do the trick. Yep. Alright, cool. So if we rub that out and then just recorrect the eyebrow positioning and just sort of like that. There we go. Yeah, a lot more better. This one, it was the most messed up, but I think I've kind of okay. So I think we're done with the study now. Like I say, it's... Yep. Oh, undo. Maybe if it made more sense like that. No. I think we'll keep it like that, just so I know, like, restudy this at some point, I think. What else have we got? That one I'm definitely most pleased with. I think that's the best one out of a lot of the studies I've done. Because I think I've really done that. That one's alright. That one will need a lot of work. It's the lip work, really. I think it's just what's gotten to me. And the nose is a little too high, I think. I think if we're going to do it... Hold on. Get the skeleton back. I think there would... Edit, undo. Like, there would be more the trick. And then... No, edit, undo. That is not pretty. We want to make it look pretty. Just like... See, that's weird because, yeah, I've angled it too high. That's why. And then just sort of... Oh. Yep. Okay. A little bit better. Yeah, I think that would be the best way to do that lip. Sorry, I'm just sitting there just like, that is not right. It's because that's not my usual style. I think like these two are more closer. But that, yeah, it's way out of my like sort of usual styling. And to be honest, I would probably rather do it like that. Because that looks a lot more better. So yeah, file, save. But I have learned a few things. I've learned a few now eye styles that I can do, which is quite good. The horns was quite a fun thing to do, actually. And the hair, had a bit more fun with that. Just need to do, I think, like this needs to be more studies, lady faces. Study more. So, these two tweaks, we need to just do minor tweaks to the minor tweak study. There we go. I know. Oh. Yep. Alright, cool. I'm going to file and save that. I think I'm quite happy with leave the studies there for a day. But hopefully Joe will like that. I'll send it to him. So what I'm going to do as a Patreon perk, if you want to have like a digital copy of my studies so you can study off my studies, then feel free to let me know. And I'll make that a Patreon perk because I think it'd be nice to maybe do that and do like a mini recording, like just so, yeah. Okay, right. Let's get on with today's draw then. Okay, so first off, we are going to rotate this. Where are you? Actually, no, because this is for a video, so we want to... I think we should have, like... if we're going to do it as a thumbnail, is have Kaz to one side. And then... let's see if we can use what we learnt today. And then just sort of... I think we're going to make Kaz embarrassed as well. But more like a stern embarrassed face, but try and make it look cute somehow. Yep, and then obviously cheek lines there. And then just sort of get the rubber. And I think definitely get her in a onesie. Would be in order. And then just sort of... so since we study faces, we're gonna actually theme this as a study as well. So attractive faces. Now I've studied for a little bit. Let's see if we can. And then just sort of... I think we're gonna get a hold of the game like this. Like that. And then obviously we're going to lower that shoulder there. So we're going to keep the shoulders sort of like the same level. So it's just her like holding the game, I think would be the... I wonder if my wife's watching. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to link this to my wife and see if she ends up sharing it. Just for jokes. I know she can hear me from next door, but I'm going to be cheeky. And see what's going to happen. Okay. Here we go, Facebook. So, no. Do that and then message Rachel, I think. We'll see how she reacts. So, there we go. Oh, I know. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Oh, cool. Someone else was live. Anyways, right. We'll see if my wife ends up seeing it. So, if we're going to hold it like this, so both arms would be more... Because obviously they'll be straight down, so... Hold on. Just make sure the arms are level. Hold on. There we go. And then obviously, if we're going to hold the game up, we're going to do it like there. And then, so like that, and then yeah. And then the hand should be like so. Because if your hands are facing forward, yeah, so you won't actually see. So thumb would be like that. Because the box is quite small, actually. I wish I brought it with me so I could use it for study. But there you go. Can't get everything right, can we? So we do that, and then put the exploding kitten box in front of her. And we're going to get some studies up for myself. And then we're going to go manga and then see if someone's wearing like a cat onesie manga. Yes! Okay, I've got a little study right in front of me, so we're going to use that. Because, haha, we are. And just sort of... But we're going to do it of the exploding kitten, so... And obviously, it's quite an ugly art game, actually, but it kind of adds to the humour. And just sort of... Hold on, edit undo. We need to do her cat ears first on her head. And then that tail just sort of... out there as well. We're going to make it pop out today. That's it. And then layer. New raster layer. We're going to go with the red. And then... let's see. We are going to go with the art style of the head. And it just sort of... yeah, alright, cool. We're going to stylize it like that. And they just sort of... yeah. Alright. Like that. And then... yeah. Alright, yeah. We can do it as a onesie. And they just sort of... and obviously, we've got our real ears in there, which I think would be quite cool. And then we're going to make the hood quite big, just to make it a bit cutesy. And like that. And then we're going to get the eyes, so... because remember, this hoodie's, like, the actual cat design itself is quite ugly. So we want to kind of mimic that. So... And then just sort of do that like buttons for now, and then sort of like she paints on buttons. I think like actually let's make this wider. Let's make the hood as wide as we can, and then just sort of yep. And we're going to make Kaz look as embarrassed as possible about it as well. Like, she doesn't really like this sort of wearing this sort of thing, but she loves the game, sort of thing. So she's trying to act like, sort of like cool, but... Yep. And then just sort of... Actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Oh. Edit, undo, and we're going to get thicker lines. There we go. Just oh no, let's get the restream chat up because why does it have to be a cat onesie? Because the thing I'm reviewing is Exploding Kittens, the card game. So to sort of relate to that, Kaz is cosplaying as the Exploding Kitten, if you get what I mean. It's the card game, so that's why Kaz is cosplaying. So. And basically, whatever I review, one of my characters will cosplay something from it or do something to do with it. I'm hoping mostly cosplay because cosplay's fun and I can take absolute liberties with it. But yeah. And then, right. I see. Yeah, so... Hold on. Edit, undo. So I'm not sure you saw my Final Fantasy VII review. Yeah, something's not straight here, is it? Hold on. Bless me. There we go. So now we've got the box. Like so, and we've got Kaz's face mostly in view, which is the most important thing. And now we're going to do the whole holding thing. So it's like, so you can see the part of the palm. So sort of, and then just get the thumb there. And obviously, no, because if you're tilting your hand, you only can see part of the palm, so it'd be like more like that. And then just do it as a mitten thing first, just so we can actually kind of define what's going on. And just have like little thumbs sticking out the back. Actually, would it be better if it's holding... Yeah, because the arms are tilted forward, so... Maybe it should be more... Yeah, that looks more... That makes a lot more sense to me. There we go. Which means her thumb can be free to sort of go up a little bit more. Because her palms are pressing against it. So like that. We'll sort out the size later. It's just more of trying to get to the stage with it, decent stage with it, and then just sort of, and then just sort of. No, that's too far up. All right, come on. But we could do it like that, and then just sort of. There we go. And then just sort of. Yep, and then just sort of. Like that. Just make sure our boobs are in. Yep, cool. And then just sort of get the bottom of the hoodie. Sort of like that. But we could do it like little button grenades. I think would be quite funny. So we could do it like sort of like that. Okay, cool. So now we could do the details of the fingers. Hold on. So let's do the first one. Hold on. If I'm holding it, so the knuckle has to sort of be. There we go. Because it has to be in sort of proportion anyway, so we need to sort of get this right. And then. So that, and then the longest finger. And then the littlest one. It's going down again. It needs to go up. Because otherwise that doesn't make sense. It needs to go like that. Okay. Remember, down. So it needs to make sense like that. And then not too big, obviously. And the hands, the fingers need to go down a little bit more. So if we're doing this right, the thumb should be about here. And then the first. Yep. Because you're holding it like that. With your palm against it. So sort of like that. So I just need to get the. And then. And then just round that corner. Okay, cool. And it's pointing down, upwards. It needs to point downwards, James. Come on. You know this. Because the palm. Yeah. Which means the thumb needs to be taller. And then. There we go. And then. There we go. Okay. And then. Then we need to make this finger longer. Sort of like that. So I just need to get the rough sketch of the hands first, like get it correct before I can do anything else. And then just sort of. There we go. And just sort of. Like that, and then just sort of get that sort of, yeah, because you're holding it like that, then the thumbs, that would make sense where the thumb positioning would be. And just sort of. Yeah, because then if your wrist is tilted and your arms are separated, that means there'll be a lot of shadow under here. Sort of like that. And then. Right. Now we're going to look and study. There we go. Right. Let's see. And just try to look for like a good embarrassed look. Oh, I know. And then use this Kaz's eye shape. Like that, and then yeah. And then just sort of... She's trying to look stern, but she looks like mega embarrassed at the same time what she's wearing. I think that would be quite a funny... sort of... like, sort of try to stay stern. But you can't help, like, the embarrassment from her. One side looks good, but the other side sort of... yep. Just sort of... No, it's got to be for that. Look. Sort of. Yep. And just sort of. Hold on. And just sort of... yeah, that's it. And then we've got like sort of like a sort of... there we go. And then just sort of where the bandana is as well. No. I think I got yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's stern. That's too like lovey-dovey. So sort of more the expression like get a little cat fangs in there. There we go. And then let's see. And then obviously it's material, so and then we could do like sort of like badly stitched, if you get what I mean. The fingers should be more up angled normally, like there. I think other than that, because that's more fine, but that one's a bit too far down, methinks. So it looks like she's twisting it, so we need to get those fingers up a bit more. Actually, if we do it like more... yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alright, cool. And it keeps to the rules, blah, blah, blah. Sort of like that, and then same here, just sort of. Okay, cool. I think we're in the inking stage. So, obviously, I think what we could do is get the front, copy the front, and then just sort of, yeah, I think you know what we're doing. Okay, so layer. Okay, first off, we're going to do the hoodie. Sort of like that, and then sort of like that. And then because it's cosplay, we want to take certain liberties with this. There we go. So we got like a little grenade in the cat's mouth, and then just sort of like that, and then there we go, and then just sort of and then just put like there we go. So we're gonna make this into like eye buttons and like kind of make them look misshapen, because obviously like on here they're not exactly the same size, so it'd be great if we kind of mimicked that style. And then just sort of and then hit and just sort of and there we go. There we go, and then just sort of get that done. And then sort of hopefully, like, I'm not sure if Joe's seen it yet, but hopefully he'll like it. And then just sort of yep, there we go. And then hold on, edit undo. Don't want to go. There we go. And just sort of just like so, and then just sort of get the nails and then get the folds and the fingers done. And same here. So like, yeah, I think that would be quite cool. And then just sort of Oh, edit, undo. And just, hold on, undo, undo. Like that, and just sort of, that's it. And then what we can do is just sort of get the rubber smaller. And they just sort of just get the pen there and just sort of hold on. Yeah, those things need to be a little longer. Just there we go. And then just sort of there we go. Because then it looks, yeah. And then what we can do is do just a tinsy bit of perspective work here. And just sort of edit, undo, and just get that small bit there. And then just sort of there we go. And then we can, there we go, because now we can put the Exploding Kitten games at the front. I think Joe would be pleased with that. And then just sort of like that, and then just sort of there we go, and then just sort of get the hoodie. And then just there we go, and just sort of like that. That's it. Just sort of there we go. Just sort of there we go. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. And just sort of get our freckles in. Like that, and then just sort of get the red lines. I think we're going to try something new today. And just sort of edit, undo, edit, undo. Just sort of and then just sort of Sort of like that. And then just sort of clean out those points there, eyelash a little bit. Just clean them up. Nothing more, nothing less. Just sort of, just get them a little, just make them look a bit more presentable. There we go. Yep. Sort of like that, but at the same time, sort of, that's it. Like, she's trying to look stern, but she's like quite embarrassed about wearing the thing, and it just sort of. Sort of like that, and then. And then just sort of, I think we should give her a couple. So almost she's puppy doggy eyeing it as well. Just try to get her own way. She learned a trick from Rang Fang. Sort of like that, and then. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just fill it up first, then use the rubber. Right. And then get the rubber sort of neatly, adjust bits here and there, like that, and then just sort of like that, and then so she's actually looking quite yay, sort of like secretly yay, but at the same time she's actually just trying to look absolutely as stern as possible. So you can tell by like the okay, so yeah, just sort of. Actually, come on. That's a little bit too happy. We want it just a little. That's it. There we go. And then sort of. Get the shadow underneath the knuckle as well. So we do that. So her palm has to be there. So we have to kind of. Edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. Yeah, so it has to go towards her palm like that and come out of her hand, because obviously when you do that you could actually see like this side of the arm is leading up to that. Oh yeah, away from the palm then. So it should be more like that, and then that should be thicker than that side. So it should be a little bit more. Hold on. Before we get any messy lines involved. Like that, and then just get the pen. Sort of more like that. Sort of thing. And then just get the box there. And there. And then same here. So obviously we want it leading up to the last knuckle. Like so. And then just sort of there. Hold on. We're getting messy here. Let's tidy this up a bit. So, like that. And just tidy it up a bit here as well. Sort of there, and just sort of. Sort of like that. And then just sort of And then just check the width of the both hands. Yep, cool. We got it. And then oh, that is way too baggy. Hold on. Yep, there we go. And just sort of and then just sort of something like that, and then yeah, okay, cool. I'm happy with that. And then we could have a little sort of reference to like that, and then just sort of and then the button. Just a little grenade button. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Little grenade buttons. I think that's quite cute. And then just obviously clean up some line work here and edit, undo. And just sort of like that. And then that's it. And then that's it. And then we could do like more terrible stitching here. Well, not stitching, but part of the cosplay, sort of like a edit, undo, just sort of and then just sort of yeah, okay, cool. I'm happy with that. And then just sort of and then just do that. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Quite happy with that. And that is 2. Yep. And just get that rubber a little smaller. Like so, and get that a little smaller. Just redefine them a little bit. Like so. Yep. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now we just got to do some sort of like that, and then edit, undo, and just sort of like that. Just get the hair sort of line sort of all done like that, and then yep, and then just sort of If it just be more, the tip should be like more pointing outwards now, because obviously now it's so it's like pressing against her thumbs sort of thing, so like that. So sort of, yeah, more like that, so you can see just the tip of her thumb. And then just sort of clean it up a bit. Yep, so sort of like that. Yeah, so if you're comfortably doing that, then you should be having your arm sort of. And then just get the lines to connect a little bit. Yep, alright, cool. So now we're ready to colour. So layer. And then a bit darker so we can see what we're doing. There we go. And then we can see where the gaps are now. So deselect. We just want the outside gaps to be eliminated, that's all. Don't want anything dramatic. Okay, so the hoodie is still the problematic area. So where is the gap? So selection, deselect. Aha. See, it's just little gaps like that you just need to look out for. And that as well, because obviously it's coming out through the other side now. And okay, we should be. Yeah, yeah. So it's just that tail. Now just got to find where the leak is. Select, deselect, and just sort of. There we go. And top bit there. Okay, cool. Yeah, and does the cat have a white tummy? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. So select, deselect. Okay, so now we can lock it and then go layer. Actually, first off, we are going to get the front cover of the box. Copy image. And we've got those lovely sirens. No. Edit. Paste. Okay, good. It's a decent size to resize as well. So we delete that. And then we are edit, transform, free transform I think at this point, because we need to get it to size and then okay, just need to sort of just get all the edges sorted together and then boom, and then we get the rubber and sort of gently edit, undo. Oh, edit, undo. So we just got to do this gently now. So I want to actually get the box involved. So what we can do is, so for the review card, you can actually see that. And then just sort of. There we go. And then just sort of get that rubber there. So we can then, Now don't worry, we'll make this disappear. But we just wanted to... So I think it'd be nice to sort of... There we go. Yep. And then just pick the colour. And then just sort of... And then just sort of neaten it up. So we know what we're reviewing. And what we can do is keep the shadows to a minimum, I think, today on this one. And make it like a bright light. I think. Like it's all coming from one area. So right, we're going to lock that layer now. Make that disappear for a second. Lock it and we're going to duplicate it. And then just sort of... And then just sort of get that thin, just make it thin as possible. Yeah, I think make shadow one-sided. And then obviously get the blue and then just sort of neaten that up a bit. There we go. And then just sort of... There we go. And then... And then just sort of just tidy up there, because this should be simple shading afterwards, but first off we've just got to get what we need, obviously. So sort of like that, and then don't know how we're going to pull this off, but here we go. And then just sort of and then just do that. There we go. And then just sort of do that as well, just to keep it sort of... And then... And then just sort of... thin it out a little bit. Sort of like that. And then just sort of, there we go. And then just, that is already a little thinned out, so we'll leave it like that. And then just sort of, I think it'd be better off just to do it like that overall. And then just sort of, yeah, there we go. Quite happy with this so far. And then just sort of... Oh, yeah. There we go. And sort of... And then blue. Don't worry, it will connect to the black. It's just I need to just make sure it's fine. Okay, cool. Yep. And then there we go. And just sort of, there we go. And then just sort of get there. Because once we get the front arms done, then we're going to work backwards. So, yeah. And then just sort of... And then... Yep. Then I just sort of get there. There we go. And then just get the shoulder there, and then just sort of like so. Sorry, I'm being a bit quiet today, guys. Because obviously, the study has just actually fried my brain. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the study bit at least. There we go. And then just sort of... Yep. And then you get the blue and just sort of... like that, and... start like that, and then... and then just sort of... yeah. And then just sort of... I think we should make like the like the strings neon, maybe. And they just sort of... and they just sort of... and they just sort of... and then just get the blue and just keep it all... there we go. And then sort of... and it's material as well, so we've got a... and then... edit, undo. That was really messy. There we go. Just sort of... got to do it right, James. Come on. Got to do it right, guys. Hope you guys are doing alright so far. If you want my thoughts on Exploding Kittens, well, you're going to have to watch that when it comes out on Speed Draw. And obviously, if you want to see it before then, I do have my Patreon, so feel free to jump on that. Because as soon as I'm done, I will turn this in Speed Draw. You'll have my thoughts on there, and it will release, obviously. And then by Wednesday, it should be out. I'm sorry I released a bit late last week. It was just because, like I said, my wife got a bit ill, and I was a bit concerned about her. So my mind was more on that than anything else. So there we go. And obviously and then the blue, just tidy things up a little bit here and there. And And then just sort of... There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then... And then get the blue and just sort of clean it up a bit. And then clean that up. And then obviously because it's a lower light, we're going to have to sort of and then just sort of and then just sort of same here. Oh, edit, undo. Just come on, James. Finally. And then actually, we'll do it like this first and then clean up. So basically we can actually, there we go. And then just sort of edit, undo. Actually, we'll do that first. Like that. And then we'll do it like that. It's just so we know what's going where. And then just sort of thin that out a bit. There we go. Okay, cool. And then that's it. And just do like boob shadow here. And then make them smaller. But you know there's like something there. And then sort of, there we go. And then just sort of, there we go. Maybe a bit thicker. Like that, and then there we go. And then get the shadow underneath the neck. Yep, there we go. Now we can carry on and just sort of and then just sort of and actually I think what we should do is just yeah, I think we should do that first and then tidy it up a bit and then just sort of and then just sort of get that under shadow going. Yep, and just tidy it up and then get the blue and actually tidy up these strings a bit. And then like that, there we go. And then just sort of yeah, because I think the underneath should be like that, and then be more sort of like that. And then there we go. Yeah, alright, cool. We fixed that up. Okay, cool. Think we've got just about everything. Okay. And then oh, I see what's going on. There we go. File. Save as. There we go. And we're going to get some more because I am thirsty as hell. There we go. Now we can colour this in. We're going to duplicate this first. Duplicate. And then we're going to get the colour of her hair first. I think her hair would be a good start. And undo. Alright, and then just sort of fix that up, and then just sort of, yeah, there we go, get the head on. Hello there, welcome to the live stream, guys. Hope you're enjoying this so far. It's Kaz holding a game of Exploding Kittens, because I will be reviewing it with the speed draw version of this in the same video. So if you want to watch it, either watch it early if you want to be a patron, or just wait till Wednesday and it'll be up on YouTube. But for the moment, if you want to watch me draw this, feel free. And feel free to join in and share and show it to friends. And just sort of... Right, I'll just sort of get that here. That's it. And then we get some white. And then just sort of... There we go. And get the blue. And just sort of wear the... Like that. Get the white again and just sort of touch up this area as well, just to make sure. And then get the white again, do it on the buttons for the cat hoodie. I think actually the first layer we're going to make about the hair and the strings and the buttons. Right, how is the eyes black? Alright, yeah, what we do is we'll go like that and go completely dark grey, lean towards the blue, saturate a little bit more, and just sort of, yeah, that's it. And then we've got like the black buttons look, but without sort of, you know, ruining the drawing. There we go, let's at the buttons, all of the buttons. So, and then... there we go. So we got like the exploding kitten eyes. And the grenade could be the same sort of colour as well, actually. But material, more leaning towards material. So we're going to do the same for the grenade. The grenade is all the same sort of colour anyways. Because it's a simplistic style, the artwork of exploding kittens. And then just sort of... oops. I apologise for that. I was trying not to sneeze, but there you go. It happens. We all sneeze because I am a human bloody being. And we're going to do that. Yeah. And then get the white for her tips of her nails. Like so. Like that. There we go. Yeah, and then we could do our eye colour in that. We're going to do a tongue colour at the same layer. And that's, to be honest, I use like a pinky red. Make it a little darker. There we go. And get our eye colour in as well. Get a little bit more saturated. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. And we need to get the white for the teeth as well. Forgot about that. Pure white, James, not icy blue, because I'm a div like that, and I should have paid attention to that. And then we get teeth, and then we actually get the grenade from the box, because I think we need to follow the colour scheme quite adherently to this. And then we could go for a lighter version, sort of do the teeth. Yeah, I got my wife the Spyro trilogy recently. She's been enjoying that. And obviously I kicked her ass at Hearthstone earlier. She's not too happy about that. Because she used a mean deck and I was like, right, I know how to deal with this deck. And just throw the Murlocs at her. Because I'm evil. But she loves me, really. I hope she does. She'll wake up and go, nah, I don't love you for that. Because you're mean. And then just get the little shirt going. Yeah, we can actually do a skin color in that next layer. So as for the button, as for the rope, we're going to go with that, go a little bit more saturated and darker, and actually just go like proper, like not light up neon, but sort of neon, like sort of like a bit more saturated so the strings can be seen. Undo. We're going to have to be a little bit more thin with our brush here. And we need to pick up that just to do some tidy up work. But yeah, as you can see, like we're doing like the strings of her sort of hoodie. Well, not hoodie, onesie right now. I think it's quite cool to kind of have a sort of her sort of colour scheme almost on her onesie. And then we could do her skin and the onesie itself on the next layer. And I think this layer can be like all the minor details really, which makes my life like literally a hell of a lot easier. What time is it? Jesus, it's only 2 o'clock. Jesus, I've gone through this quite quickly today. And then just sort of, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And just to make sure there's nothing else to colour, like the buttons here. There we go. And then the buttons on her thing. And we need to kind of grab that and then just sort of add it to the color scheme of the grenade just to give it a bit more life. So it actually looks like a cosplay item, not just a onesie. There we go. And then just do the same for the handle of the grenade. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll back off. And there's no other details because it's actually quite a simple costume for once. And I'm not known for simple costumes. Let's put it politely about myself. Selection, deselect. And then we'll do the final layer. We'll duplicate just in case we need it, but I shouldn't do. Duplicate layer. And Kaz, we are going to pick up that brown. And just sort of oh, she does look actually a lot more better actually. I think that study's actually done me some good today, which is good. Quite happy with that. Hey, Manga Stretcher. Yes, I know, Manga Stretcher, you filthy fuck. Brilliant. Funny though. But anyways, you probably had your lunch. I'm assuming you enjoyed it. Yep, and just get that. There we go. And then just get the blue and just sort of hit undo. Come on, James. You could do better than that. There we go. No, James, come on. And then just sort of, there we go. And then, yep, okay. And then we can actually paint bucket and hopefully this will work. And do the rest as this cat's colour. We don't want to go too dark. And I'm going to lean it towards blue a little bit just to... Yeah. Actually worked. I'm happy. I ordered Subway. Oh, nice. I do like a bit of Subway sometimes. I'll tell you what. Just to get a bit of variety in there, we're going to get a spray can. Get that lighter grey. And then sort of... Yeah, that's it. And then... Like I say, tones... Whoa, too big. Sort of... There we go. And... There we go. Meatball sub. Nice. Hopefully we're not cheese, because cheese is heresy. Cheese is heresy. I have spoken. Can you imagine I'll be like the Lord? I have spoken. Cheese is absolute heresy. Okay, cool. So we've got literally the basic colours in, which is brilliant. So next up, layer. Blue layer. Now this is something I want to try. So obviously what I want to do is, hold on, let me go back and see if I could get the... Yeah, alright, cool. So we want to blush across her face. So, not soft. We want to go for like an actual pink colour. Not pink, like a reddish sort of colour. But near pink. And just sort of... Just trust me, it will work. Just need to sort of get it done and then get the rubber. And then get the actual fade, because it's actually quite faded. Not too big. Sort of. And then that's it. And then hard rubber. Get a bit bigger just to make sure. And then like that. Actually, technically, we could actually do it smart. We could actually put it under the hair. So let's see if that works. Yeah, it does. Go me, I am clever. Okay. And then let's see. That means we can identify where the orange is leaking as well with this pink. There we go. And then with this layer, again, we get the faded edge to sort of get the structure of her face. Like that. And then just sort of like that. Lock it. And then get the pen. Go for like a deeper red. Or more saturated red. And then sort of like that, and then just because what we're going to do is then fade it or use a light just to sort of show her blushing. Cheese is the best. No, that is heresy, and we know it. So at the moment, it doesn't really look that blushy at the moment. It just looks like a bunch of lines, but if we do, let's see, it's either that and we fade it, which doesn't do anything, but I think soft light would be the better option. Ooh, maybe not. Hard light. We just got to choose a. Yeah. Yeah, I thought not. Just gotta find the right effect that I want. Try that. Yep. Maybe not. Yes. There we go. There we go. Or we can normal it and see what happens. Let's try lighting actually. Color dodge. Maybe we have to mess with the hue of it. Is there a way to get deeper? Where are you? Now there is a way to mess with the layers colours. Maybe it's too pink. I think it's too pink, isn't it? And then maybe try that. Yeah, and then use like a little bit something stronger. Like that. Yep. Alright. And then maybe yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that looks embarrassed but try to look stern at the same time. Okay, cool. Now we can do the lights. Don't know what that was about. Layer, new raster layer. Okay, let's go with green for the and hard light. Where are you? H. Soften it a little bit and then a little bit too. Yep. We want it just sort of. And there we go. just so we can see what's going on with the box. And then just sort of, there we go. And then as for the skin, we're going to go for a yellow. And just a bit thicker pen. There we go. And then just sort of oh, yeah, I don't want to use watercolors, sod that. And there we go. And yep, and then just sort of there we go. I'm quite happy with this. And then do arm. Yeah. Bit too fadey. There we go. And other hand. There we go. Right, now for the buttons, need to make smaller and just sort of there we go. Yeah, okay, cool. And I think, to be honest, let's get rid of that. I actually really don't like that for some reason. Or it's just, yeah, I think I know why. Yeah, don't like that. I don't know why, what's gone on there. Normally it looks alright. It's probably because I'm doing like a bigger close-up, so I don't really need to do it. Maybe just a sort of, yeah. I think that will do the trick, just so you just see like the eyelids actually folded over. Yeah, I think we should put a shine on there. Make it look like it's made out of like a sort of plasticky material. Plastically shine, or material that has a shine to it. Not like leather, but something almost similar to it. And then sort of there we go. Yeah, I like that. And then there we go. And now what we do is we get the outline. Nothing should happen, but it's good to just to double check my work. Okay, select, deselect. Okay, so now for the background. So what we can do is do something fun. Okay, okay, and yep, okay, cool, and then we'll lock that. And then okay, cool. And then what we can do is up that, we can lock that, and then we are going to get the bigger spray can. That will do the trick. And then just pick up each bit like that, and then just so we can mimic the logo. There we go. And background. And let's see, we need to pick up that darkest red. And just sort of there we go. So now we got that done. I think we need a little bit more to this background layer. Maybe rest of the layer. Edit, undo. Just sort of, there we go. And you get a hoodie. See if this will do the trick. Ooh. now. Yep. Okay, cool. So we got that right. We got that. Yeah, I think, to be honest, it's now brilliant. Now what I want to do is maybe use it as a... Okay. Yeah, just a little bit faded. I think that would be perfect. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think I'm happy with that. So file, save as. And we're going to save it as a PNG because I'm really happy with this today. There you go. Okay. I'm going to finish early because obviously I've got to get this review video done. And this has been a really short live draw today, which is really strange. And I'm really happy the way it's turned out. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed everything you watched today, please feel free to subscribe wherever you're watching from. And also, guys, feel free to check out Vamp the Lost Soul. My description is down below. And hopefully, if you wait till next Wednesday, this video will be out with my thoughts on Exploding Kittens. I hope you enjoyed everything seen so far. This is James Vamp the Lost Soul. The truth more it seems. I'll see you all later. Bye. If you liked everything you watched today, please feel free to support me on Patreon for awards like sneak previews and volunteer on my next live draws and much, much more. If you want to send me fan art, send it to me at vampthelostsoul@hotmail.com or tag me on social media at vampthelostsoul. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye.